The creative pulse across Africa is really strong right now. You see this surge of talent that's not just, culturally exciting, but it's becoming a serious economic engine.
Absolutely. People are talking about the African creative economy maybe hitting over $20 billion by 2030. That's a huge number.
It really is. And I know if you're tuning in, you're keen on understanding these kinds of important trends.
Definitely. And identifying where that growth is really happening is key. The creative sector is, well, it's buzzing. It's more than just art. It's jobs. It's development.
Which brings us neatly to what we're diving into today. We've got this proposal for an event in Sierra Leone. It's called Cre8ive Ignition 2025 Youth Event.
Yeah, and what's interesting is it's not just some generic conference. It seems very targeted, specifically designed to empower young creatives there.
And the people behind it,
Yeah.
Gil & Co. and JU's Creative Cafe, they have real experience on the ground, right?
Exactly. They've done work in media production, education, things like Smart Millionaire, that TV game show, and also Learn IT in Cre8ive, a digital series. So they've got a track record of, well, innovative approaches in Sierra Leone.
Okay, so our mission here is to really unpack Cre8ive Ignition. What are its goals? What are they actually doing? And crucially, what could this mean for those young creatives, the 18 to 24-year-olds?
And they've even set a goal for gender balance, 60-40, which is noteworthy.
It is. So think of this as your quick, thorough briefing on something potentially quite significant for the African creative scene. Right, let's start with the why. What's the basic need this event's trying to fill?
Well, the proposal points out something pretty stark. Over 60% of Sierra Leone's population is in that 18 to 24 age bracket.
60%, wow.
Yeah, it's a massive youth demographic. And then you think about how digital tools have, lowered the barrier to entry for so many creative fields.
Like graphic design, making music, even video. Stuff you can do with fairly accessible tech now.
Exactly. So the potential is clearly there.
The proposal talks about why it matters. 2, it seems to focus on connecting that talent with actual real-world opportunities. Can you elaborate on that part?
Sure. What they seem to get is that just having the tools or even some raw talent isn't always enough. Young creatives need that bridge. They need connections to jobs or mentorship or ways to really hone their skills professionally.
It's about bridging that gap.
Precisely. This program looks like it's built specifically to do that.
So what's the bigger vision then? For Gil & Co. and JU's Creative Cafe, what are they ultimately aiming for? It sounds pretty ambitious.
It really does. Their vision, as they state it, is about building a vibrant, self-sustaining creative ecosystem, not just in Sierra Leone, but across Africa.
Yeah, an ecosystem driven by young people.
Yes, driven by youth talent for innovation, cultural expression, and importantly, economic growth. It's definitely thinking big picture.
That's a powerful vision. And their immediate mission, the more sort of concrete goal for this project.
That seems more focused on Sierra Leone itself. Basically, to equip young Sierra Leonean creatives with practical skills, offer mentorship, and open up pathways for them to succeed in the creative economy.
Giving them that initial launch pad.
You got it. That essential boost.
All right, we've covered the why. Let's get into the what. This event, Cre8ive Ignition. Love the spelling, what actually happens there.
So it's designed as a one-day thing, an intensive day, combining a master class with what they're calling a creative skills audit session.
A skills audit. Interesting. So learning and assessment combined.
Kind of, yeah. Get inspired, learn practical stuff, but also get a realistic look at where your skills are currently.
And who's leading it?
It's hosted by Nick Asgill. He's described as a media entrepreneur and a creative mentor.
Okay, so someone with industry experience.
Presumably, yes, bringing that practical insight and maybe some connections too.
And do we know when and where this is all happening?
Yeah, the proposal mentions August 15th, 2025.
Okay, next year.
And it's at JUS Creative Cafe in Lumley. Starts at 9 a.m., so it looks like a full day plan.
A full day. Masterclass, skills audit. The proposal also breaks down what we do into 4 areas: mentorship, work experience, skills audit, and networking. Can you give us a quick sense of each?
Sure. Mentorship, well, that's likely guidance from experienced people like Nick Asgill, maybe others. Work experience might mean tackling real-world type projects.
Like a simulation?
Perhaps, or getting insight into workflows. Maybe they work on a mock brief for a local business, something like that.
Okay.
The skills audit, as we said, identifies strengths and weaknesses. And networking. Well, that's about making connections, right? With peers, with professionals, super important.
Absolutely. Okay, beyond the activities, what results are they actually aiming for? What are the concrete objectives here?
They've listed them out pretty clearly. First, introducing new trends, and crucially, monetizable skills in the digital creative space.
Monetizable, connecting back to that economic aspect.
Right. Second, that skills audit isn't just for the individual, it's meant to identify broader talent gaps. That info could shape future training,
That's smart. Data-driven development. What else?
Connecting creatives to opportunities, mentorship, jobs, development, that's a big one.
The networking piece paying off.
Hopefully. They also want to showcase success stories creatives mentored by Nick Asgill previously. Real examples can be really motivating.
Inspiration, yeah.
And then there are the internships, which sound like a major outcome.
Definitely. This seems really key. They plan to provide 5 paid internships.
Paid internships? For how long?
12 months, and they include ongoing mentorship throughout that year. That's a serious opportunity for 5 people.
That could be life-changing, career launching.
It really could. We see in places like, say, Nigeria with Nollywood, how crucial those practical mentored experiences are for building up an industry. This feels like a step in that direction for Sierra Leone's creative scene.
Okay, understood. So that's the why and the what. Now the who. Who are the key people making this happen? Well, Nick Asgill, the host and mentor, is central. Then there's Izada Kamara, listed as CEO of ICE Media.
Okay.
Wilfred Wright, who's an educationist bringing that learning design perspective.
Important.
And Mr. Mo Musa, a creative media technologist. So covering media, tech, education.
Sounds like a well-rounded team.
Yeah.
A good mix of expertise. Now let's flip it. For the young person thinking of attending, what's in it for them? What's the value proposition?
The proposal lists quite a few benefits. Industry exposure is a big one, actually meeting and learning from professionals.
Right.
Then the mentorship, the skills assessment, providing that personal insight, networking, obviously.
Uh-huh.
And they also mention food, and a goodie bag will be provided. Practical perks.
Always appreciated.
Yeah. But fundamentally, the big draw is that potential pathway to earning an income, especially with those 5 paid internships on the table.
That's the really tangible carrot, isn't it?
It absolutely is. For someone starting out, that's huge.
Now, an event like this needs funding. The proposal talks about sponsorship. What does that look like?
Right, they have different sponsorship tiers. There's a lead spark sponsor at NLE 15,000,
Okay.
an igniter sponsor at NLE 7,500, and a creative ally sponsor for NLE 5,000. So different levels of contribution.
And what do the sponsors get? Brand visibility.
Yeah, varying levels of it. The lead spark sponsor gets, top logo placement, mentions, social media highlights, but also they frame it as aligning with youth development goals.
So CSR angle too. Corporate social responsibility.
Exactly. And they also mention access to what they call the emerging Ignite talent pool.
So potential recruitment benefits for the sponsors.
That seems to be the idea. Access to this vetted group of young creatives. Even the lower tiers get some brand presence, like on a digital sponsor wall.
That makes sense. Support the initiative, gain visibility, maybe find future talent.
It looks like a clear pitch to potential sponsors, emphasizing that alignment with developing youth talent and tapping into that pool.
Okay, so wrapping this up then. Creative Ignition 2025 in Sierra Leone. Feel like a really focused, practical effort.
Yeah, it does. Aimed squarely at empowering young creatives, skills, mentorship, real opportunities, all guided by people with relevant experience.
And it connects directly to that bigger picture of the growing creative economy across Africa that we started with.
Absolutely. It's a good case study, really, of a targeted intervention trying to nurture local talent for the digital age.
Right.
That focus on the skills audit and the paid internships, that feels particularly impactful.
And for you listening, looking at how this is structured could give you ideas for evaluating similar programs, maybe in totally different fields or places.
True.
And it does leave you thinking, considering the potential of something like Creative Ignition, what role could similar programs play elsewhere in fostering innovation, economic growth in other regions? And what are those absolutely essential ingredients needed to make them work, to make them last?
That's a great question to ponder. What makes these things truly successful and sustainable?
It's definitely food for thought. If you're interested in finding out more about the organizers, Gill & Co. and JU's Creative Cafe, their website is www.gillandco.com.
Ultimately, I think what initiatives like this really highlight is just the incredible value of investing in people, in young talent, and creating those clear pathways for them to really thrive and contribute.
Well said. And that wraps up our deep dive for today. Until next time, keep learning and keep questioning.